Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Bhagavat Mangalacharan. आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ नमस्त्रिकालसत्याय जगन्नाथसुताय च सबृत्याय सपुत्राय सकलत्राय ते नमः अवतीर्णौ सकारुण्यौ परिचिन्नौ सदीश्वरौ श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानन्दौ द्वौ भ्रातरौ भजे स जयति विशुद्ध विक्रमः कनकाभः कमलायते क्षणः वरजानो विलम्बिसड्भुजो बहुधा भक्तिरसा विनर्तकः जयति जयति देव कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्यपवित्र जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्तेर् जयति जयति नृत्यं तस्य सर्वप्रियाणां हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम ऑल डिवोटीज दंडवत प्रणाम सत्यभामा माता जी हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Dandvat pranam to all assembled devotees. Dandvat pranam to Narayani Mataji. So today's verse for Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Kand is from text 149. So in the previous verse we saw that people who differentiate between Lord Ram and Krishna, so they should not differentiate, and those who faithfully worship the deity form of the Lord but do not respect their devotees, and those who do not show compassion to those who are foolish, wretched and fallen, and those who worship one incarnation of the Lord and do not worship the other incarnations, and those who discriminate between Krishna and Rama, and those who have no love for Balrama and Shiva are, according to the scriptures, the lowest of all devotees. So this was in 148. So in continuation, we'll see what is in 149. Archayam eva hare pujam yah shraddhaye hate na tad bhakteshu chaneshu sa bhakta prakrita smritaha. A devotee who faithfully engages in the worship of the deity in the temple but does not behave properly towards other devotees or people in general is called a prakrita bhakta, is a materialistic devotee and is considered to be in the lowest position. So this description is also given in Nectar of Instruction, where you see the where you have the different levels of devotee, the neophyte devotee, the Madhya devotee, and the Uttama Bhakta. So in the neophyte devotee stage, in the Prakrita Bhakta, he is only believing in the deity in the temple, but he does not behave properly towards other devotees or respect other devotees. In text 150, प्रसंगे कहिला भक्त आध मेरा लक्षणे पूर्ण हैला नित्यानंद षडभुजा दर्शने. In the course of these topics, Acharya has described the symptoms of the lowest devotees. Thus Nityananda became filled with bliss on seeing the six-armed form of the Lord. The symptom of the lowest devotee is to give up the worship of the devotees on the pretext of worshipping Hari. As a result of such activities, there is every possibility that such a devotee will become bereft of Lord Vishnu's service. Those who worship the Supreme Lord and his associates and consider that worship of the devotees is more important than worship of the Lord are actually advanced devotees. There is very little possibility of their falling down because they know Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata gurau tasyaite katita he artha prakashante mahatmana. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So this is coming from Shveteshwara Upanishad. So one should not only worship the Supreme Lord, but one should worship his Guru, his Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, and all the Path Prataksha Guru, and have a sense of respect towards all of them who have got him, who has given him the sukruti to bring him to the path of spiritual. So it is not that he can have a differentiated feeling towards the Lord, but differentiated feeling or not have any respect to the other devotees. He is not going to be successful, or he is not going to benefit by worshipping Lord directly. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also given this verse in this shloka. ना हम विप्रो न च नरपति ना हम वैश्यो न शूद्रो ना हम वर्णी न च गृहपति ना वनस्थो यतिर्वा किंतु प्रोद्या निखिल परमानंद पूर्णामृताब्धि गोपीर भरत पद कमलयोर दास दासानुदास. So the import of this verse is that neither I am a Brahmana, nor I am a Shudra, nor I am this or nor that. But what I have to do is follow in the footstep of Vraja Bhakti. So how does one get Vraja Bhakti? By following the footsteps of the Gopi. But that you can't become a Sahajiya and roam in the streets of Vrindavan for that. So one has to follow the instruction of his Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and by that way he will be bestowed the ultimate Krishna Prem for the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna. So one should have equal respect for all the devotees, all the senior devotees, and he should worship Lord in a Dasa Dasanubhav. When he does this in a Dasa Dasanubhav, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also that more than coming to me directly, if you worship my devotee, I am very much pleased. ए नित्यानंदेर षडभुज दर्शन इहा ये सुनाए तारा बंधा विमोचन. One who hears this narration of Nityananda seeing the six-armed form of the Lord is freed from material bondage. So those who have listened to this pastime of Nityananda seeing the six-armed form of Gaurang Mahaprabhu, he will be relieved from the material bondage. So what is the material bondage? The continuous entanglement in a birth and death cycle. So as soon as the body is born, the death is also, it is said that the death is also born along with it. Each day our cells are dying. So new cells are being generated, but the cells are also dying. So each day we are internally having a death inside our body. But ultimately, after the four or six cycles which we see, the body sees in the form of a baby, then growing up as a child, and then in the productive stage, a youthful stage, then productive stage where you beget children. After that, there is the maintenance, or you can say stability stage, and then depletion in the form of either disease or any other ailment as because of old age, and death comes. So once we are into the bhakti path, it is said, and these are the Falashruti shlokas, which says that once you hear this pastime, one will be freed from the material bondage and also the birth and death cycle. 152. Material bondages, you will not have any entanglement or desire towards um, uh, enjoying your senses in a material way. बाह्य पाई नित्यानंद करे ना क्रंदने महानदी वाहे दुई kamala nayane. After regaining external consciousness, Nityanand Prabhu began to cry. It appeared that a great river was flowing from his two lotus eyes. So when Nityanand Prabhu came back into his consciousness, he started crying very badly. शव प्रति महाप्रभु बलिला वचन पूर्ण हाइले व्यास पूजा कर कीर्तन. Thereafter, Mahaprabhu instructed everyone, now that the Vyasa Puja ceremony is completed, begin Kirtana. Mahaprabhu said, after Shri Nityanand Prabhu, the foremost devotee, finished his worship, that the Vyasa Puja is now complete. So now all devotees could perform Kirtana. Many people consider Sri Vyasadeva as an ordinary devotee and the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas as mortal beings, and thus become inattentive in their worship. For this reason, Sri Nityananda Prabhu exhibited the pastime of worshipping Gaura along with devotees headed by Srivasa. So, by personal example, Nityananda Prabhu has shown that not only he worships the Supreme Lord, but all the devotees. पाया प्रभु राग्या सबे आनंदीता चौदी के उठीला कृष्ण ध्वनि अचंबिता. On receiving the Lord's order, everyone became jubilant. Suddenly, the sound of Krishna's names vibrated in all directions. नित्यानंद गौर चंद्र नाचे एक थानी महामत दुई भाई करो भाई नाई. As Nityananda and Gaurachandra danced together, the two brothers became fully intoxicated and forgot themselves. Sakala Vaishnava Haila Anand Devi Vivala Vyasa Puja Mahotsava Mahakutuhala. So all the Vaishnavas became very overjoyed and overwhelmed in ecstasy. In this way, the ceremony of Vyasa Puja was joyfully performed. केहा ना केहा नाचे केहा गाया केहा गाड़ी ग्याया सबे चारणा धरे ये यारा पाया. Some danced, some sang, and some rolled on the ground, and some devotees tried to catch hold of each other's feet. By taking the dust from each other's feet, the Vaishnavas express their humility. Materialistic persons who are bewildered by the false ego demand respect from others in order to establish their prestige. A Vaishnava is Amanina Manadena. So he never expects any respect from others, but he gives respect to everyone. Or he is free from the desire for respect from others. Therefore, they do not endeavor to increase their prestige like ignorant materialistic people. That is why the Vaishnavas respects a humble, knowledgeable Brahmana from the viewpoint of a Mahabhagavata, sees a dog eater, a cow, and an ass as equal. Those with dualistic vision can never be called knowers of Brahman. In other words, they are unqualified for understanding Advaya Jnana, the absolute truth. So, in the previous line, it is said that the Vaishnava respects a humble knowledge Brahmana from the viewpoint of a Mahabhagavata. So, Mahabhagavata is Uttama Adhikari. So, a Uttama Adhikari sees everyone at an equal platform because he is able to see the Paramatma residing in every living entity, and that's why he is quite equanimous towards everyone. And those who are having a double vision can never be called knowers of Brahman. In other words, they are unqualified for understanding the Advaya Jnana, the absolute truth. Lord Vishnu is situated within every living entity and within every material atom, which are therefore temples of Lord Hari. This principle is not understood by the so-called Brahmanas who are victimized by three modes of material nature, and only the Vaishnavas can act as their spiritual masters and instruct them in Vedic mantras. So the so-called Brahmanas, they don't realize the above thing, that how the Supreme Personality of God, Paramatma, is residing in everyone and how we are all parts and parcel, and the Supreme Absolute Truth is Lord Vishnu. So a Vaishnava who is a worshipper of Vishnu, Krishna, can impart knowledge to the so-called Brahmanas, and that way they can be brought up. And the Vaishnava can also instruct Vedic mantras to the Brahmanas. So, yasya deve para bhakti yata deve tata gurau, the same verse is coming again. Tasyaite kadita he artha prakashante mahatmana. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So, people should note that you should have faith in both the Supreme Lord and His spiritual master. Then the Vedic knowledge is revealed unto you. The confidential truths of the Vedas are not manifested to those with biased vision. So those who are having double vision, as was said in the earlier verse also, that those who have double vision, or there was another word, dualistic vision. Yeah, dualistic vision. Material conceptions cannot lead one to Vaikuntha. The confidential truths of the Vedas are not manifested to those with dualistic vision. That is the result of intricacies of the external knowledge. The conditioned souls who are bewildered by Maya are non-Vaishnavas, and the liberated souls are transcendental or Vaishnavas. So we all see that 89, 90, 95% of the world people you meet, they are non-acceptors of the absolute truth. So they are all bewildered by Maya. And as Srila Prabhupada says, we are like if we are not worshipping or we are not doing devotional service, we are just a mass of body flapping its wings for some time. Therefore, they constantly realize their respective conditioned and liberated positions. The Vaishnavas are more humble than the straw in the street, more tolerant than a tree, free from the desire for respect, and always ready to offer respect to others. In this way, they always serve Krishna by glorifying his holy names. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has himself given in his Shikshashtakam that Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishtuna. So be more humble than the trin. Trin is the straw in this straw or the grass. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi saishruna. Be more tolerant than a tree. So if you see the tree, it is taking all the heat. While in a hot summer, one can realize the importance of the shade the tree gives. The shade, the moment you go and stand under a tree, it's almost, you can see the temperature difference is almost 7 to 8 degrees cooler than you are standing in the hot sun. And the tree is very tolerant because it faces all the hardships of terrible heat, rain, storm, winter, cold, and all kinds of seasons where there is even autumn where the leaves starts to, or fall where the leaves starts to shed, and everything. And what it does with the fruits, it is doing the simple karma yoga type. It is giving all its fruits. So the fruits are not meant for the tree. The tree doesn't consume its fruits. Similarly, the cow who gives us milk, suppose a cow has given couple of liters of milk, it is said that if you feed that cow with the same milk, it doesn't want. All it wants is dry grass or green leaves. So the cow is there, but the milk given by the cow is for human beings. Similarly, the tree is there and it gives all its fruits and flowers for the use by others or for humans. Free from desire, and the Vaishnavas are free from desire for respect. They are not looking for respect for themselves, and they are always ready to offer respect to others. Text 158. Chaitanya Prabhu Ramata Mata Jaga Tera Ai Nibrite Vaishya Ranga Dekhe Na Tatai. The mother of Lord Chaitanya is the mother of the universe. She watched the entire incident from a solitary place. Sachi Mata, mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is worshipable by all the residents of the universe. She saw the transcendental pastimes of Gaur Nityananda, while sitting in a solitary place, considered both of them her sons. विश्वंभर नित्यानंद देखे न या खाने दुई जन मोरा पुत्र हे नावासे माने. Whenever Mother Sachi saw Vishwambara and Nityananda, she considered these two are my sons. Vyasa Puja Mahotsava Parama Uddhara Ananta Prabhu Se Pare Iha Varnibara. So the Vyasa Puja ceremony was the most blessed event. Only Lord Ananta is capable of describing it. So the Acharya is saying, although he is describing, he says only Lord Anant Shesh can describe the Vyasa Puja. सूत्रकारी कही किचु चैतन्य चरित येते माते कृष्ण गेहिले हायहित. I am only trying to describe some of the Lord Chaitanya's characteristics in the form of quotes, for one is benefited by glorifying Krishna in any way. While worshipping Sri Vyasa, while worshipping the Acharyas, and while worshipping exalted human beings, and while worshipping various incarnations of Krishna, one worships the chanting of Krishna's names and thus benefits one worships by chanting the holy names of Krishna and thus benefits the whole universe, entire universe. So it is said that maybe there are some people around you who don't accept Lord Krishna, but when you chant, suppose you're traveling in a train or wherever you're traveling in a bus, but if you're chanting, even in a whisper or in your man, it also benefits the people who are around you. In this way, the chanting of the holy names is benefiting the entire universe also. दीनावशेष हैला व्यास पूजा रंगे नाचे न वैष्णव गण Vishwambara Sange. The entire day was passed in the happiness of the Vyasa Puja ceremony as all the devotees danced in the association of Vishwambara. Parama Anande Mata Bhagavata Gana Ha Krishna Baliya Sabe Karena Krandana. All the exalted devotees became intoxicated with the ecstasy and they cried while exclaiming, O Krishna! Mate nija bhakti yoga prakashiya sthira haila vishwambara sarva gana laila. After revealing the truth of his own devotional service in this way, Vishwambara and his associates became peaceful. The process of devotional service are innumerable, and Sri Gaurachandra revealed one of the process of devotional service by conducting the Sri Vyasa Puja. Thakura Pandita Pratibale Vishwambara Vyasera Naivedya Sabha Satvara. Vishwambara said to Sri Pandita, how now bring the remnants of the foods offered to Vyasadeva. So Srila Prabhupada has also given various processes of devotional service to us. So one is the chanting of the holy names, then worshipping the Lord, worshipping the Sri Murti, Sri Vigraha at your home, or going to the Dham, chanting, reading the books, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. This way, there are many ways of devotional service. Shravanam, of which Shravanam you can listen to the lectures. You can do the Vapu Seva by listening to the lectures given by various acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada and other senior devotees. This way, there are many methods given where in the devotional service also comes your Narada Pancharatrika Vidhi, where you worship your deities, offering bhoga, preparing with lot of love and affection the foodstuffs which and serving the Lord in the form of bhoga and then honoring it as the Mahaprasad or Prasadam. Tatashaniya, and in that even associating of devotees is also devotional service. Tatashaniya nilena sarva upahara apane prabhu haste dilena sabara. Srivas Pandita that immediately brought all the foodstuffs before the Lord, who served everyone those remnants with his own hands. Prabhura hastera dravya pai tata shana anande bhojana kare bhagavata gana. So the devotees were, when they were served by the Lord personally, all the Mahaprasad, the exalted devotees happily honored all the remnants. Yateka achila se badira bhitare shabare dakiya prabhu dilani chakare. The Lord called everyone who was inside the house and personally gave them prasada. So it is also said that the prasad has such a purifying, it has such a purifying feeling to the devotees and to others that even if you have non-devotees around your house, by giving them prasad on various occasions and festivals, they will become slowly favorable to the Supreme Lord. And Srila Prabhupada used this prasadam right from the time he was in Mayapur and right when he went to the USA, where every day he used to cook bhoga for the Lord, offer it, and then he touched everybody's hearts and it transformed them through prasada. So the first time he lived in Sally Agarwal's house, Gopal Agarwal and Sally Agarwal's house in Boston, Pennsylvania, that area. That was the first time he landed in US. he stayed in such condition where Sally used to keep non-vegetarian items on one shelf, and Prabhupada had to keep his vegetables or whatever he cooked inside the refrigerator. But slowly, when he started cooking, they started saying the prasadam is so nice, so tasty, that they said, Prabhupada, please even cook for us. So that was one instance, and when he moved to the Matchless storefront in New York, after going through different places, there he used to make the entire prasadam in just straight 1 hour, and wherein every day Srila Prabhupada used to make kachoris. Kachori, in fact, in childhood, his sister used to call him Kachori Mukhi because Prabhupada loved kachori so much. He used to make those ISKCON bullets, the gulab jamun, and keep it near the entrance. So devotees the white-bodied devotees, Americans who used to come and attend his classes, they would come primarily initially only for the prasad, and then later on they slowly got hooked to all the morning programs which Srila Prabhupada started and conducted. And they also realized, when subtly in lectures, Srila Prabhupada used to say, whenever you come to a temple, get a fruit, leaf, flower, or vegetable, anything, he used to say, and they used to get whatever they could lay their hands on. So you can bring one fruit, one mango, one whatever you have at your home or nearby your home, and they used to bring it to the temple. It so happened that once a devotee brought even toilet paper from his home to bring to when he came to the temple or that center. So because of prasadam only, many people have got transformed, and this story is still going on, because even in India, so much of prasad is distributed by our temples that devotees, people come to the temple and slowly become Vaishnavas. Text 169. Brahmadipaya bhagyahena mane taha paya Vaishnavera dasa dasi gane. Those servants and maid servants of Vaishnavas thus received that which the demigods headed by Brahman feel fortunate to obtain. So even receiving Mahaprasad from the Lord, Supreme Lord, is such a great thing that even demigods and Brahma, they they are also hankering for the remnants of the Lord's footsteps, and they feel great satisfaction when they get it. So the servants of the Vaishnavas obtain that supreme mercy which is generally attained by only exalted personalities. Although the servants and maid servants of the Vaishnavas were without piety, due to the association of devotees, they attained the Lord's mercy, and that is rarely attained by the demigods headed by Brahma. So among our devotional service, associating with Vaishnavas is also very important, and that gives us a lot of sukruti and progress in our devotional service. Esaba kautuka yata Srivasera ghare, ete ke Srivasa bhagya ke balite pare. All these beautiful pastimes took place at the house of Srivasa, and therefore, who can describe Srivasa's good fortune? So all of us who went to Mayapur would remember Shiva Sangan. So these pastimes happened at Srivasa's house. E mata nana dine nana se kautuke navadvipe haya nahi jane sarva loke. In this way, various pastimes were regularly performed in Navadvipa, but the general people were not aware of them. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavana Dasata Chupada Yuge Gana. Accepting Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I Vrindavan Dasa sing the glories of their lotus feet. And thus ends the translation of Gaudiya Bhashya commentary on Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Mate Ganda for chapter 5. Lord Nityananda's Vyasa Puja ceremony and his darshana of Lord's six-armed form. So we'll stop here. So tomorrow we can go to chapter 6. Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you very much. A
Yeah,
wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
I was only repeating what the book is saying.
But your realizations were also there in it.
Little bit.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any questions or comments? Otherwise, we can end the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice class. May I ask one question?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, again and again we find in the verses that it is said that only after a certain amount of sadhana and understanding are the things like revealed. So this word reveals comes again and again. So I would request maybe you or like somebody who has practically felt this, because for devotees like us, this constant question keeps coming, like whether we are doing it right, why we are not feeling something. So if any practical experiences are there, could you all share it?
Yeah, Mataji. Yes. Over a period of time, Mataji, what happens is this word material bondage, material desires, material sense gratification is always been said in right from the first page of Bhagavad Gita, or you take Bhagavatam also. Initially, it is being said, and Lord reciprocates realizations. This I have felt over many years. Although this word is there, until that thing practically plays in your life, that particular thing, that being materially attached and spiritual attachment, if you find the difference, and then you know that there is no other recourse than just being with scriptures, with holy name, or worshipping deity. You know that there is everything else is an illusion, but this is only the real truth. The chanting of the holy name, it takes time, Mataji. I mean, it has taken many years for me, or even probably others also. And then while contemplating, it is said that this process, this called bhakti yoga process, is the process of the jiva's lost, he has lost his connection with the Lord, and you are trying to reconnect. And this is possible only in the human form of life. So when you do the mananan, when you know what you read little later on, when you finish your chores, you are sitting alone and you're doing some mananan, and certain things which had not been realized when you read or hear, but later on it strikes hard from inside. So I feel the Paramatma within you realizes the jiva is seeking really intent, his intention. Lord only sees our intention. So he slowly reveals, he's saying, oh, this is the reason I went through this. So then the revelation is so strong that it is said that whatever ups and downs, I mean, I'm just taking an example, whatever ups and downs one goes through, so whether it is devotee or non-devotee, all of us go through. So devotees also go through a lots of ups and downs. So Krishna is just testing, are you still holding my feet? Are you still coming back to me even in your times of bad times? So I feel the revelation comes, for me, it has been like the inner voice or a thought which comes. Again, all this comes only because of Krishna's mercy. So then you see, and reciprocation or revelation. So reciprocation, you see, you may think of something, if it is spiritual desire, it gets fulfilled. You know the Lord has really reciprocated at that time. And similarly, revelation has come in the form of the inner, it could be a thought, or it could be that what you didn't understand for so long, it has come as a practical thing to you, and then you know, oh, because of this has happened. So it is said that we have to analyze if something is happening in our life, to analyze what we might have thought about somebody. It could be our close family members, it could be our mother, father, whatever. So we just analyze, have we done something wrong? And then we go through a lot of things because of that. So those also are revealed. And when you do mananan, you pray internally also, oh Lord, please help me, I'm in such a situation, what could be the reason, please help me. And as a thought, within the next 1 or 2 days or the same day, you get to know, okay, this is what could have happened. So in this form, I have got the answers. Or it comes through other devotee or siksha guru also. So when, if you can closely confide with others what you want to know, then that also sometimes you might get an answer. But mananan is required. So as you we are reading Shravan, then mananan, and then nididhyas, then we have to practically also apply. Hare Krishna. Anybody else would like to share? I'm okay. They are
Yes,
welcome.
Mataji. If anybody else would like to share, we would love to hear their experience also.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandat Pranam. I just thank you very much, Satyabhama Mataji. Very, very wonderful session. I just wanted to add a little bit of, what I thought was, a kind of realization, because I'm from South India, Chennai, right? So basically, I used to not even get up in the morning without the cup of coffee from my mother, right? This was until I even finished college, and even my CA days. I used to study for chartered accountancy. So always, I used to not open my eyes until my mother gives me what is called this bed coffee, and every weekend it has to be this onion vengaya sambar, right? So I was like that until we were actually, my father was a life member, my uncle was a life member practicing Krishna consciousness right from 1985, 890. And till about 2000 or 2002, until I got married and we went to Kuala Lumpur, right? I could not give up bed coffee. I was chanting one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra because my uncle used to come for holidays. That time he used to ask, he'll come and ask, are you chanting? So I didn't want to say no to him, right? So I would just chant one round. The day before he comes, I will chant one round. Until he stays, I will chant one round. And then, the chanting also goes off in the air as he flies back to Qatar, like that. So what, since Mataji asked, any realizations? So I think my realization is that the association of devotees, the shelter of a spiritual master, the association of devotees, and to the extent we surrender, the Lord gives us realizations. Right today, even if somebody were to give me 1 crore of rupees, I would not probably have onion garlic or wait for a bed coffee to get up in the morning. So I just mentioned this in all the sessions. Like whenever someone asks this question, is today we've got this realization of giving priority to Krishna, right? In the morning when we get up, we want to serve the deities, we want to offer Mangal Bhog to the deities, and then offer and have only Krishna Prasadam. And what is not offerable to Krishna, we will not have, even if somebody were to pay us crores of money, right? So that much realization, by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, at least I have got, I can say for sure. So similarly, as we progress in this path of Krishna consciousness, right, now our gross senses, we don't do anything sinful. So as we progress in this path of Krishna consciousness, taking this example ahead, now maybe at one point in time, when by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, we will not want to do anything other than chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 24 hours a day. We would not want to do anything for other than for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. So that day will soon come, right? Like right today, right, in a matter of say 3-4 years, I could completely give up and then surrender completely in terms of physical things, right? Just in terms of eating, only Krishna Prasadam. Or offering to Krishna, or at least following the regulative principles very strictly. We are, all of us, I think, in this forum would not budge an inch in terms of not following the regulative principles or having even onion, garlic, tea, coffee, etc. So similarly, a day will come when we will not budge a bit also, when we want to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we want to engage in hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita in the entire 24 hours, whether we are doing Sanatana Dharma early in the morning chanting Hare Krishna, or we are doing Swadharma as a mother, as a daughter, as a child, or as a husband, as a father-in-law, as a mother-in-law. We perform the Swadharma in the consciousness of Arjuna, Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. We perform our battles against Maya in full consciousness of Krishna. I think we've got so much realization until now, which is to the extent of our gross senses. So in terms of our mind, intelligence, and false ego, in terms of chanting, in terms of Trulada Pishuni Chena Tarori Vasahishnana, that realization will come just as this realization has come. So that is my humble opinion, I would say, or my realization. So that's what I wanted to share. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you to both of you for sharing such, like, it's very heartwarming and very motivating. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all of you. Thank you, Mataji. So we'll end the class here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Mancha Kaltarabhyasta Krapa Sindhu Yam Papam